GPU and CPU names are really confusing. RX 6600 XT, RTX 4070 Super, Ryzen 7800 X3D. What does any of it actually mean? Today, I'll explain what they actually mean, so let's go. First off, with AMD CPUs. AMD's Ryzen CPUs are divided into tiers, designed for different levels of performance. Ryzen 3 is entry level, good for some light gaming, office work, and browsing. For example, the Ryzen 3 3100X. The Ryzen 5 are mid-rangers with better multitasking performance and great for mainstream gaming. For example, the Ryzen 5 5500, which used to be the meta of CPUs. The Ryzen 7 is high performance, suited for heavier workloads like streaming or content creation. Another example is the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D. The Ryzen 9 is AMD's most powerful consumer CPUs. It is designed for heavy multitasking, professional work, or extreme gaming performance. For example, the Ryzen 9 9900X. Now, let's talk about those suffixes. The X indicates higher clock speeds and better overall performance compared to non-X models. For example, the Ryzen 5 5600X. X3D refers to CPUs with 3D V-cache technology, so it has superior performance, especially in gaming. An elite example is the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, basically the GOAT of gaming CPUs. G means that the CPU includes integrated graphics, making it ideal for systems without a dedicated GPU. For example, the Ryzen 7 7800G. But here's a little note. Ryzen 7 series and higher all have integrated graphics, but APUs, like the Ryzen 7 8700G, has an iGPU that are better than all of the others. But for Ryzen 5 series and older, they don't have iGPUs, except for the ones with G at the end. Now for F, it means a budget version of the CPU that does not include integrated graphics. For example, the Budget King Ryzen 5 7500F. For U, it is just a CPU for laptops. For example, the Ryzen 5 5500U. Now, let's go over AMD's GPUs. XT means that it is an improved version of the base GPU model, offering better performance. For example, the 6600 XT is better than the 6600. XTX means a further improved version of the XT model, providing the highest performance. For example, the RX 9700 XTX. GRE stands for Golden Rabbit Edition, a special edition variant, often with unique features or enhanced performance, like the 7900 GRE. RX is the prefix used for all modern AMD Radeon GPUs. Here's a little tip when buying AMD GPUs. The more X's it has in its name, the better the performance of the card. That's basically it. Now for NVIDIA, TI means improved version of their base counterparts, often with more cores, faster clock speeds, or better cooling. So basically, they're the same as an XT for AMD. For example, the 4060 Ti. Super. It means upgraded versions released mid-generation. They generally improve performance but don't always match the gains of a Ti model. For example, there's the 4070 Super. RTX means that the GPU has AI features like ray tracing and DLSS. It is only for 2000 series and newer. So basically, if you have a GTX 1080 Ti, it doesn't have ray tracing. Hey, if you want to see me talk about the evolution of NVIDIA graphics card, then subscribing would be a good idea. Thank you. Now, about Intel CPUs, i3, basically the same as the Ryzen 3, so I won't go over it again. The same for all the other tiers. For example, i3 has the i3 12100, the i5 is the same as the Ryzen 5, and there's an example as the i5 11400, i7, same as the Ryzen 7. There's the i7 13700, i9, the same as the Ryzen 9, highest performance here, blah blah blah. The i9 14900K is there. Okay, Xeon. It is Intel's workstation in server CPUs. Xeon processors are optimized for stability, data integrity, and long-term performance. For example, the Xeon W2135. Pentium means that it is a budget-friendly CPU designed for entry-level systems. They're not ideal for gaming, but they are sufficient for basic computing. For example, the Pentium Gold G7400. Core Ultra means Intel's newer series aimed at laptops and energy-efficient systems. It is focused on improved performance per watt and enhanced AI capabilities for modern workloads. Quite good for gaming, but the price to performance is just not there. For example, the Core Ultra 5 245K. Suffixes. What's K? It indicates the CPU is unlocked through overclocking, allowing users to increase clock speeds beyond the default. For example, the i5 13600K. F is the same for AMD. It does not have integrated graphics. For example, the i3 12100F. KF means the CPU is both unlocked for overclocking and doesn't have integrated graphics. For example, the i9 14900KF. T means power efficient. That's all. i5 1400T. I don't understand why you would want to buy this, but okay. U, it means the CPU is for laptops. For example, the Core Ultra 7 155U. That's all. Now that you understand what these CPU and GPU names really mean, choosing the right hardware will be much easier. If you are confused by a term I didn't cover, please drop it in the comments. I might break it down in the next video. Thanks for watching.